All right, now, what do you want?
Now look, I'm the new head of the Tombstone Engravers Department. I got to know the names I need to cut on the headstones. Do you know the names?
Now, let's see. We need engraved on the stones. Who's on the first? What's on the second? I don't know's on the third.
That's what I want to find out.
I said, who's on the first stone? What's on the second stone? I don't know's on the third stone.
Do you know the stiff's names?
Certainly.
Well then, who's on the first stone?
Yes?
I mean the person's name.
Who?
The name on the first stone.
Who?
The stiff in the first grave.
Who?
The name of the body in the first grave.
Who is in the first grave?
Now, what are you asking me for?
I am telling you, who is in the first grave?
Well, I'm asking you, who's in the first grave?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes?
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy in the first grave.
Who?
Have you got a death certificate for the body in the first grave?
Absolutely.
Whose name is on it?
Well, naturally.
Whose name?
Yes?
All I'm trying to find out is what's the guy's name on the first tombstone?
Oh no, wait a minute. Don't switch them around. What's on the second stone?
I'm not asking you who's on the second stone.
Who is on the first stone?
I don't know.
He's on the third stone. Now we're not talking about him.
Now how did I get to the third stone?
You mentioned his name.
If I mentioned the third stiff's name, who did I say was in the third grave?
No, who's in the first?
Never mind the first. I want to know what's the person's name on the third stone.
No, what's on the second?
I'm not asking you who's on the second.
Who's on the first?
I don't know.
Third grave.
You got any new engravings on the private crypts?
Oh, yes.
The name?
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
All right then, tell me who's lying in the private crypt.
Who's lying in the
Stay
first?
above ground. I want to know what's the name I need to put on the crypt.
What's on the second?
I'm not asking you who's on the second.
Who's on the first?
I don't know.
Third grave.
Look, you got a grave digger around here?
Now, wouldn't this be a fine place without a grave digger?
The digger's name?
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you now.
Then go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's digging?
Now listen, who's not digging? Who's on the
I'll
first?
break your skull if you say who's on first. I want to know what's the grave digger's name.
What's on the second?
I don't know.
Third
Third
grave.
grave. I've had enough of this. I quit. I don't give a darn.
Huh?
I said, I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our hearse driver.